And you had to like turn it in 24 hours. So I had to learn his verse, record his verse, record a music video, and then submit the music video with my verse, learning his whole fast rap. And it's crazy. But I did it. I executed it, turned it in, and finally, my brother, I won.
What? Yeah.
And that video was seen by a guy in Nashville who is now my A&R. He literally, my A&R at the time was starting a hip hop imprint on Curb Records, which is a indie major in Nashville.
There we go. What is up, Roots crew? Welcome to another episode of Rap Roots Media. We are here with Stephen Malcolm.
Yeah, woy, my beautiful people. We in the building finally, my dog.
We've been trying to schedule this for a long time.
For a long time, bro, and bumping into each other now. Yeah. So I'm grateful, we can make it happen, my dog.
Me too. I know the first time we met was Push the City Cypher. I was there and I met you.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'll be honest. What's her name? Alicia B. She was like, "This is Stephen Malcolm," and I was like.
Yeah.
She was like, "He's a big deal," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. Shout out to Alicia B.
You told me the story about you and Huff the Goat back in the day, and that's like the first time we interacted. And I just see
that's
you
right.
All sorts of
okay.
things.
Now it came back. Yep.
I see you at all sorts of things. Finally, get to make it happen. So
yes, sir.
I'm excited.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Let's do it. So my first question I ask every single guest is, what is your origin story in the music space? How did music become such a pivotal part of your life?
Yep.
Where does all this begin for you?
Man, it all began in the church, ladies and gentlemen, but more specifically in a hip-hop church, bro. And literally when I say that at shows, I see the faces of the people and how puzzled they look.
Yeah.
I look just as puzzled when somebody came to me. Literally, I was playing basketball they used to call it Tri-Unity, but now it's Grand Rapids First. After school, we would just go there to hoop. And I was a junior in high school, and I was playing basketball on a team with a guy named Brendan Coe.
Okay.
And he was a producer, rapper too. But me and him used to go to parties together. Like we went to Wyoming Park and we go to parties together, and that was my guy. And next thing you know, at Tri-Unity, Grand Rapids First, year later, I'm a senior. I see him hooping, and he comes to me and he's like, "Hey, yo, I gave my life to Jesus at this hip hop church." I was like, okay. What does that mean, my dog? You know what I mean?
It's a very odd sentence to just drop on your homeboy one day. Yeah,
straight up. And especially since you've seen him wild out, you know what I mean? And he just, bro, but the spirit of him was so calm. And I literally was like, "So you telling me you don't be smashing chicks? You don't be drinking, smoking?" I'm like, he's like, "Nah, man, just live for the Lord now and make beats for him. And at our church, we actually be rapping. I think you should come by. I think you like it." And, just like normal young kid, it was just like in one ear, not the other. I'm going about my business. Then next thing you know, another person come to me, "Hey, man, you heard about this hip-hop church over there?" I'm just like, "What? Hip-hop?" Keep it moving, right? Then next thing you know, I'm trying to chill with a shorty. "Hey, shorty, what you doing tonight?" "I'm going to this hip-hop church. I'm like, all right.
That's what got him. That's what got him.
Typical. And so, I go and check it out, and it's the first time, because I had been to a church one time with my mom. She had went to rehab to get sober and then got out and, took a shot at the church thing. And I walked in, bro, and they was like, "Take your hat off, pull up your pants." Bro, they hit me with that. So I hit the door. Was out that thing, you know what I mean? And so religion to me wasn't a thing, bro. And then here I am, 19 years old, senior in high school, no dad, bro, because my dad got deported when I was 9 years old. I'm Jamaican, and so they deported him. He was busted for drugs. They deported him back to Jamaica when I was 9. That's the last time I seen him. So I grew up fatherless, and so did everybody else in my family. My mother, she was sexually and physically abused growing up. So she ran away from home and grew up in the foster care system. So church just wasn't a thing in my life growing up, bro. Yeah, it was just survival and trauma, my dog. And so here I am, bro, a young man going to this church, and finally I walk into this hip hop church and I see black and brown people that look like me, dress like me, talk like me. But then the worship came on, and bro, it was like the most fire hip hop concert you've ever seen. Like legit, bro. Like they were so hype. It was dope. Like, and you think about like Christian hip hop or gospel rap and you think corny, not relevant, but nah, bro, like it was dope. And then I see this dude crump dancing on stage, and dude gets off stage that was crump dancing, dreadlocks going everywhere. And I'm like, yo, that was dope, bro. That was crazy. And he looks me in the eye and he's like, yo, glory to God. And I was just blown away that I seen like a young black man using his gift, his talent, and saying, yo, all the glory goes to God. You know what I'm saying? So all the credit goes to him. And so, yeah, bro, I just dug into this church being a fatherless young man, just looking for identity. And I hooked up with a pastor. Me and him got like this. And after a year, what had happened was, so my pastor, and he's not pastor no more, he retired, but he's like my spiritual father, mentor, OG, whatever you want to call it. He has a saying. He says, you want to see a youth thrive, give him opportunity. And so I think he's seen me and seen an eager young man. And like I told you out there, I used to play ball. Like I'm that ambitious, grind, stay up late, shoot 1,000 jump shots. Like that was me back in the day. And so, God took that and was like, hey, you're this new creation in me. Here's a microphone. And so I started leading worship after a year at that hip hop church. And I took a year, bro. I didn't walk into church and be like, all right, now I know Jesus, I know the Bible, and I'm about to start rapping gospel. It's like, no, like I took a year, bro, to just go to the church every Saturday. They did it on Saturday nights. And I would just go and just, bro, soak up Jesus and learn what it looked like to not just say, bro, I'm a Christian, but what does it look like to follow Jesus, bro, and to look like Jesus? And so I did that for a year, got rooted in my faith, dog. And then after a year, bro, the pastor was like, yo, you should hop on the worship team. Hopped on the worship team and was doing my thing. And then this was pivotal. Like I said, he said, you want to see youth thrive, give them opportunity. The pastor got a grant and built a studio in the church that was right on Division and Burton. Think about that, where the prostitutes and crack dealers are, bro. Yeah. Build a studio for us so we can teach high school kids to write and record music. So basically, and then we were getting paid for it. So now looking back, it was like, oh, he made us leaders of a youth program. Yeah. So we were tutoring high school kids, and then we were getting paid for it.
He's not only giving you opportunity, but giving the high school kids opportunity.
Yes,
to,
bro. And so what I did was I started living in the studio. So when we're not using it for the program, I literally, my daily routine was waking up, go to work, which was at Nordstrom Rack at Centerpoint Mall. I worked in a shoe department. And then I would get off work, go to GRCC, do my few classes, and then take the city bus, the #1 division bus, to the church and stay at the church, bro, and stay up all night just recording music, bro. I knew how to use Pro Tools, hit the space bar, run in the booth, record my joint, run back, hit the space bar, you know what I'm saying, edit my own vocals. And I did that for 5 years. I was literally basically an independent artist out of a church, out of a hip hop church for 5 years. And then that's where I started doing all the contests, the rap for stacks, the open mics in the city, and was losing all of them. I was coming in second place, and you already know why, bro. I'm the faith-based rapper, you know what I'm saying? And you would have like Chubbs come and talk, or Ruga come and go crazy, and then here comes me talking about Jesus. And so but you see the skill level, so it's respected. So I always would come in second place, runner up, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I got so discouraged, bro, and I was like, man, I'm done doing contests. I'm sitting here doing these contests. Like I would literally, one night I lost rap for a stack to B Sykes. I don't know if you know him, but B Sykes, that's my guy, Brandon. And then like the next day I had a show. Literally they were like paying me $1,000 at a church in Ohio the next day. Wow. So it's just like, here I am mentally, I'm this regional traveling legit artist part-time, losing to these little trash. Well, my boy B Sykes he is dope, but to these local guys. Yeah. And who I viewed weren't on my level, so it was discouraging. And so I say that to say, fail 9 times, try again that 10th time, because my homie who was on the stage with the dreadlocks crumping, who was like, yo, all glory to God. That's my best friend now / DJ, Mark, who's always with me. Okay, yeah. That's him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who was like, glory to God, that first time I went. It's crazy. But anyways, he was like, Steve, there's this fast rap contest. We from the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Chopping is what we do, and I'm really great at it, bruh. And so I was like, nah, and he was like, no, Steve, you gotta do this contest, bro. And you had to like turn it in 24 hours. So I had to learn his verse, record his verse, record a music video, and then submit the music video with my verse, learning his whole fast rap. And it's crazy. But I did it. I executed it, turned it in, and finally, my brother, I won.
What? Yeah.
And that video was seen by a guy in Nashville who is now my A&R. He literally, my A&R at the time was starting a hip hop imprint on Curb Records, which is a indie major in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And so he went to Nashville, my A&R moved to Nashville, was the main head A&R for this hip hop thing, and needed some artists. And then here comes his friend saying, yo, look at this dude who just killed this contest. He sees my contest video and then hits me up on Twitter. And at the time, it was dope because I had like a few Christian hip hop labels wanting to sign me, but the Christian hip hop labels were like indie labels.
Yeah.
And so I told Joseph, is the A&R for Curb. I told Joseph, yo, there's a few labels out here looking at me. Bro, the next week, he booked me a flight to Nashville and showed me around the building. Shout out to Curb Records. They are the oldest Christian label in the world. And yeah, man, I am the first hip hop artist that they signed. And so, yeah, it was like a real like deal, you know what I'm saying? And we made it happen, bro. And so the rest is history, dog. You seen the glow up from there, my boy.
Yeah, I see it. I got 10 more questions for you.
Yeah.
So you talked to me about some of this trauma. I guess my next question was, what was life like before music became serious? And you kind of answered that for me. It's
yeah,
trauma,
bro.
Survival.
Hella traumatic and survival mode, dog. Like I said, bro, Pops was deported, so what? No dad. You grew up with your dad?
I did, luckily.
Yeah, bro. Like it's a whole different story when you don't. It's like you just have to learn through life, bro. And life can be hard. And so then watching my mom, you know what I'm saying, being a 35-year-old man now with the family and who's gone through some life, I understand why my mom felt through some of the things that she went through. And me and her have a great, amazing relationship now. And I got the privilege to baptize her for sure. When like two years after I got saved, it was super dope. But her childhood was a wreck, bro. And her dad straight up left just for another woman. Yeah. And my pops, he said that his dad was a policeman in Jamaica, and all you hear about police in Jamaica is they're crooked. And that's what he used to say too. So I know he probably never knew him. So yeah, bro, my family was plagued with the disease of fatherlessness, and I, had to go through that as a child. But what really saved me was basketball, dog. I always tell people Kobe and Jordan raised me. I literally can tell you like everything about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Yeah. Kobe Bean Bryant and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know what I mean? Like they put the ball in my hands, bro, and I found something to gravitate towards and to set goals towards. And next thing you know, I'm watching And1 mixtapes and trying to move like hot sauce. And so, school really became a thing that I had to have, decent grades to get on the team. And then the team teaches you discipline and leadership. All the things that was lacking in home, because with no pops, bro, like, dog, let me tell you the family dynamic here, which is insane. So pops is dead. My dad died of high blood pressure and diabetes because when they deported him back to Jamaica, he was basically poor. Yeah. I was in college and he asked me to send him $700 so he can buy a car. And I chose to do that instead of going to see him. I should have went and seen him. But anyways, and mom, she has so much trauma and has been through so much. And then physically, she has had 4 back surgeries. And so she really can't even get out and do anything. She's confined to 4 walls. My sister is going blind, bro. She's got like, her retinas are deteriorating. And there's like no cure for it right now. My mom, she like remarried a guy for a little bit, and so he was in my life for a little bit. His name is Frank, but he's like in like a living assistant home, like the old people go to like live. And then my aunt, she's kind of like job to job type, and my cousin, one of them's got like 7 felonies. you know, 10 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my cousin Peanut. Like, he's figuring things out now, but like he went through a slump of alcoholism and he had to fight to get his kids back, but he's really on the right track now. I actually wrote a song inspired by him called Nothing Into Something. But bro, I don't have a relationship with my grandma. Like, she grew up racist. You know what I mean? Like, because my mom's white. And like my mom was that woman who went, you know what I'm saying, like the brothers. And so, you know what I'm saying, like family reunions were, And so family reunions were awkward a little bit on her side, bro. So, bro, just trauma, dog. And then drugs were introduced to like family members. Like my cousin Michael was selling drugs and smoking weed, and cousin Peanut started smoking weed. My sister started stripping, and my cousin actually started stripping at Parkway Tropics. Yeah.
The family dynamic is
bruh,
crazy.
it was like that, bro.
Yeah.
And so when I tell you, like, when I walked into this hip hop church, bro, and I experienced for the first time peace, I was all for it, bro.
Of everything going on around you, yeah.
And then I experienced a father figure. I'm all for it, bro.
Rap Roots Media.
What is up, Roots Crew? Thank you for tuning into today's episode. If you would like your own podcast episode, live stream appearance, piece of advertisement, profile story, anything of those sorts, make sure you check out raprootsmedia.com/content packages to reserve your spot. Now, on to the rest of the episode. So you mentioned not having a dad. My girlfriend's bio dad wasn't in her life either. She has a stepdad who she calls dad now.
I know.
She can tell that story if she wants, but that's not my story to tell. But she is like so incredibly grateful for me for like being a good parent. Yeah, and that's all I've experienced. So I'm like, oh, that's just what you do. But it's like, for some people, that's not like that's not what you get. Like that's not the card you get dealt. So for me, it makes me feel that much more lucky that like I told you, like you asked me to have a dad. Luckily, like because that's not a given. And like learning more about people through this show has shown me like that's nothing in life that I have. Like I have a good supportive family. I have family that has, helped me get to this position where I have this nice room to shoot my podcast in.
Right.
So like nothing's a given.
Yeah. And it's a responsibility too, like from the parents, because I have a friend too who like, he has great parents, bro, who basically like roll the carpet out for him, but make sure that he learns. They do it in the right way. And I see it, and there's a side of me that's like, dang, like broski, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a carpet rolled out for him, and in essence, but I would do the exact same thing for my child, bro. You set them up, bro, because it's your responsibility, dog. It's your pop's responsibility to catch you before you trip and be like, hey, yo, instead of doing that, this is what you got to do. Yeah. Do that next time, son. Yo, Dad, you seen that? Yeah, I told you. That's golden, bro.
Yeah. All right, let me go through. All right, next question is, how did your Jamaican roots shape your sound and identity? I worked for like a week on these questions, so I'm glad that you're like hyped up for them.
I am, because brother, I got some of the dopest news in my life today, bro.
I saw you're announcing that soon.
Oh my gosh,
it'll probably be out before this comes out. So, are you willing to share it, or are you not willing to share it? If not, then
I'll tell you all. Hey, I gotta tell you off camera.
Okay, no problem.
Bro.
No problem.
I'll tell you off camera, man. I'll even show you.
All right, I'm excited to see.
Off camera,
because I saw right before you were pulling up, you were like, "I have a huge announcement coming soon." Now we're like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, man, bro. I got the news, and I'm an Aquarius, man. So I cry quite a bit, unashamedly. But this really hit me like to the point of like a joyful cry, bro. Of like, God, why do you keep blessing me with these moments that like, bro? Not everybody, like not a lot of people in their lifetime get opportunities like this, bro. We're literally, bro, I just told you, you have inspirational posters behind your head, right?
Yeah.
It's for a reason. They have a deep inspiration, right, to you, right?
Yeah.
Dog, I have a song with one of the guys behind you, bro.
Dog, yeah.
Not every, bro. I'll probably be the only one that you talk to that can ever say that.
Yeah, as far as I know.
I can confidently probably say that, bro. Yeah. And another moment like that has risen, my bro.
That's awesome.
And so I just wept joyfully. And yeah, I told my son, I said, yo, this has just happened. This just happened to Dad. And he's like, can I come? And I said, yes.
That's so cool.
No, I said, yes, son, you can come because Daddy didn't get deported. Yes, son, you can come because Daddy's not dead.
Yeah.
Yes, son, you can come because Daddy's here.
Yeah.
And then I wept again, bro. So Jamaican Roots, bruh. Yeah, dog. My first musical experience and exposure and memory, visual memory, was me being in the back seat, seeing Pops had with the what do they call the disc little cassette tape.
Yeah, cassette tape.
We don't even remember the name. Cassette tape of Bob Marley. Yes, side A, side B. Boom. And listening to One Love, One Heart, No Man, No Cry, Buffalo Soldier. Like all the classics, bro. Legend. My first musical exposure was Bob Marley, bro. Pops being Jamaican. Like he was Jamaican. I remember him taking me with him to go kill goats. They killed a goat, cut his throat, hang it upside down, let the blood drain, skin it, take the good meat out, take it home. It smells terrible. They wash it, season it, cook it, curry goat. It's beautiful once it's cooked. So he was Jamaican like that, bro. And so, fast forward time, there's something about, the Bible says honor your mom and your father, bro. So through anything, I always honor my mom and my dad, bro. And my father, I know the role of a father in a son's life and how pivotal it is. And so, he just holds, and I remember him because until 9, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, he was a dope dad, bro. Yeah. It's like, I know if he was here, he would be so dope. And so I feel like I have a responsibility to represent what's inside of me and my roots. Because due to unfortunate circumstances, I grew up just knowing that I'm black. Well, fortunately, knowing that I'm black. And but feel like that's all I am. And I'm half white, you know what I'm saying? And so I always just gravitated towards black culture. And then here comes the Jamaican culture. And so just really diving into that, a pivotal moment was I was working on my first album. And I was in Nashville with the homie Derek Minor. And shout out to Beam, legend in the reggae space as well. But we were cooking up and we were wondering if it was from scratch. And he was like, yo, you're Jamaican? And I was like, yeah, I'm half Jamaican. And he's like, man, you should really run with that. Like in the space of Christian hip hop, there's nobody that's Jamaican and rapping. And so we cooked up a song called Fire featuring Beam. And yeah, bro, since then, now it's album 1. It was just something that was just like, all right, you have to incorporate your Jamaican roots. So then for album 2 was called The Second City. In Montego Bay, Jamaica, where my father's from, the nickname of Montego Bay, Jamaica is The Second City. So that's why the second album is so reggae heavy and talks about and dives more into my reggae rap roots. You feel me?
Yeah, that was a good analogy, I'll say.
Yeah.
If that's the right word. You already talked about Bob Marley being the first artist that inspired you. When did you realize that music could become your career? Like I feel like a lot of the artists in this space, like,
man,
you meet a certain crescendo point where it's like, all right, I'm going all in, or we're deciding to cut it loose. So like, what was that point where you were like, all right, we're going all in?
So there was two moments? No. Yeah, there was one moment because, and I like to point this out beforehand too. I was doing it for fun my junior and senior year in high school. That's when I really I had older brothers in the streets, like, there was like 5 guys like around the corner. One of them dated my sister, so that's the connection. They lived around the corner on Lafayette and Matilda, and they called themselves Exclusive. That was the group name, Exclusive. And my nickname, ironically, was Truth. They'd be like, Truth, come to the studio. Truth, come to the studio. And I'm just dribbling my ball like, man, all right, man, I'll go there someday. One day I'll rock with y'all, mess with y'all. One day, though, sis went over there, cousin Pino went over there, so I went over there. And I actually, went in the studio and, rapped something that I had, because me and my cousin would just freestyle just for fun. And so there was my junior and senior year of high school where I took it for fun in this crib that my older brothers, Exclusive, they was doing their thing. And that's where my boy Flames, shout out to my boy Flames, he taught me Pro Tools and how to engineer myself. And so shout out to them, they were the foundation of me learning the craft of engineering.
Yeah.
And just falling in love with being in the studio, because I didn't party back in the day. Keep in mind, I was a ball player. And so I didn't drink, I didn't smoke. I slept with women. That was the only thing I really did. So while they were hungover the next morning, I would wake up and get in the studio and just be in the studio by myself. And then, bro, I ended up with 50 songs one summer. So it's just the love clearly was there. But the real pivotal moment where I took it serious, man, like I said, I had given my life to Jesus at this hip hop church called The Edge, by the way. And what had happened was, like I said, the pastor, well, what he really did, he was after a year of me getting to know Jesus and everything, there's something about serving as a Christian. When you look in the Bible, Jesus came to serve, not to be served. He's a king who humbled himself to be with his people and to save his people. So Jesus washed the feet of his people and his friends. And when I first got saved and read, Matthew and the first Gospels, the conclusion I came up with at the end was, dang, this dude Jesus, all he did was just do for people. If we were here now and you was like, dang, Steve, my back hurt, bro. Can you crack my back real quick? I'd be like, all right, bro, I got you. And I would man, I give you chat GPT ways my homie can fix his back, and just be all in on helping you better your back. That's what I looked at when I seen Jesus. And so that was just on my mind. But the pastor was like, you got to serve now. It's time to serve your people. And he knew that I rapped a little bit with the homies. And so he was like, why don't you hop on the worship team? And remember, I told you the worship was hype, bro.
Yeah.
We would turn up, dog, dreadlocks, swinging, sweat going everywhere. I don't feel like you've seen a full set of mine. Have you?
I saw you at what was it? Frederick Choir Gardens. You were there with Stacks, but it was a very short. You did one song. You did Gold Gym with Stacks.
You haven't had the pleasure of seeing Stephen Malcolm yet.
I want to see a full set.
But my next album release, you're gonna be there.
All right, let's do it. I'm excited.
And so basically, I hopped on the worship team and I started leading worship a couple times. And bruh, I've shot in, I can easily say probably hundreds of thousands of jump shots by now. I've put in so much blood, sweat, and tears into the game of basketball, just trying to, make it to the league, and nothing came out of it. But the feeling of stepping on stage, bruh, and using my voice to impact people and to inspire people with the ultimate truth, the ultimate love. It was a feeling that basketball had never came to, bruh. So I was just like, God, I'm just going to submit and let you use me. And what had happened was I got the guys together and I was like, yo, we're going to shoot a cypher video and we're going to put it on YouTube. And you can even look it up to this day, bro. You see Young Malcolm, bro. And if you put in or you put in The Edge, Grand Rapids Cypher, You could probably find it.
I'll have to go find that. I want to use this for one of the clips.
Yeah, you can
find that.
Boom.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, paste it and say my little freestyle.
There we go.
But I really worked on that rap, bro, and worked on getting the guys together. Worked on getting the who shoots videos in the church. Street alert. Bet, ayo, this is the vision. Gave him the vision, and then we did it, bro. And boom, cut to the video. You see it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see it, and I look back and I'm like, look what I did. I galvanized the best rappers in a hip-hop church, a shooter, had him shoot a quality video. All of us came and did our thing, and I galvanized a moment, bro. I've never did that in basketball. And then on stage, man, I got just affirmation after affirmation. And so one night, bro, I'm sitting there in my bed. This is a true story. I don't know how spiritual you are.
I would say I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk a bit about it.
For sure.
Like you, very similar to your like early thoughts of religion. It was like, well, it felt like a judgmental thing.
Yeah.
Some of my mom's family is Catholic, so she grew up like very staunch Catholic. Ooh. So she was very like not anti-religion, but she was like we weren't going to church. Gotcha. She was like, all right, and like if you're gonna find it, you can find it for you.
Yeah.
That's a perfect cut point. That just means one of the batteries are all right. So mom grew up Catholic, and she was like, yeah, you can go find this. If you're into religion, you can go find it for you. I'm not going to force anything.
Yeah.
So, which is fair.
Yeah.
More so now, I've found myself like, the more I've talked to a lot of faith-based artists from Michigan or outside of Michigan, and I've talked to them about that topic specific, like the judgment of some Christians in the way religion can sometimes, be politicized by the different, both sides do it. Like
yes,
all the
sir.
sides do it. So
yeah,
it's just hard to know what I believe or what I think I view myself as a Christian. I would like to get into the church and like see what denomination I align with. Really,
yeah.
I know I believe in a heaven. I know I believe there's something bigger than us. I know I've received so many blessings from this idea coming to my mind to do this show and the amazing people I've been able to meet and having a child and doing all those amazing things. So I know there's something bigger than me making these things happen.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure exactly where I fall,
Yeah.
But I know I believe in something.
Yeah. Man, I would say fall here, bro. We are created. You've created a baby, right? So creation is a thing. So if you're created and you created a baby, then there has to be a creator, right? I would say view everything from the lens of how you view your child, bro. And that is God, bro. That's God. And that's all I have to say.
All right.
Because I just see it so much. So that's perfect. So to keep going, bro, this one night, dog, I looked at my life and I'm like, okay, I work here at Nordstrom. I go to school. I work part-time, and working at Nordstrom Rack, shout out to Nordstrom, bro, I was making like $1,200 a month as a college student.
That's great. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You know what I mean? So I was living in Wingate in a studio apartment by myself. I had my own spot.
Yeah.
And then I was doing shows part-time too, and getting like $500 a show. So imagine, I'm making like almost $2,000 a month.
And that's huge for a college student.
Yeah.
That's like you rich.
So, bro, I'm like, dang, like, my life is kind of starting to align, like, but when it came to me thinking about being a rapper, I laughed. Literally, like Troy, my mentor, can tell you, I used to laugh, like thinking, like, what am I gonna write with my permanent marker on the blank disc, Steven rap, and then hit it out here, listen to my demo. People that do that, bro, I'll never listen to them. You know what I'm saying? People, they used to, do the creations with the little cover arts and everything, and it just was a joke to me. So when I thought about being a full-time rapper, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I would laugh. It wasn't a reality to me. But one day, I just looked at my life, and shout out to my boy Street Alert, who used to shoot my first music videos, he said, you know, sometimes you just got to get on your knees, bro, and ask God to talk to you. And that night, I did that. I got home, and, bro, I got on my knees, dog, and just prayed and prayed and prayed. And I said, God, if rapping is what you want me to do, you need to make it clear, bruh. Let me know, because I'm trying to hoop, and then I'm in GRCC literally enrolled, and my goal is to be like a FBI detective. I literally have all the credits right now to join the police academy. That's what I went to GRCC for. But I'm like, God, what do you want for me? I want to play basketball. Dad told me to be a cop. What do you want me to do? Like, my identity's in you, bruh. What do you want me to do? Because I don't want to do it. And then, you know, when people like, God told me, da-da-da-da, when Christians be like, God told me, da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot. Well, bro, God has only spoken to me like 2 times throughout my 15 years of being a Christian. But this first time, I'm on my knees, and I hear God say, this isn't you. This is me. You're just the tool for my glory. Now go. And I went. And here I am, dog. A full-time Christian rapper who travels the world preaching, teaching, and rapping the gospel of Jesus Christ, bro.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, bro.
Crazy.
What was your first song or project that truly felt like you found your sound?
Wow.
I got him stumped. This is my favorite part.
Yeah. You know, shout out to Dion too, one of my vocal coaches. She told me it's okay to sit and think about questions, you know, because it's just the real answers.
I'm so appreciative. Like you've probably been in a lot of podcasts.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The fact that I can stump you, I'm like, ooh, I'm working.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You know, I feel like the album that I'm working on now, that I'm like 98% done with, I feel like I found my sound. Boats was dope, my last previous album, but there is a couple songs on there that I can hear some inspirations, and then I look back now and I'm like, now I always go in and plug in a certain way now. There's a certain swagger now that I always lean towards, more so because now I'm more vocal instead of, I'm rapping still a lot, but now I'm getting more confident with singing, which has been fun. And so, yeah, man, I feel like I'm still gonna grow in the sound that I have found now. And it's like a hyperbolic, crazy mixture of just this Midwest lyrical guy, but he's Jamaican, so he is just Caribbean, and then at the foundation of it is Jesus. Yeah. So like now, but I feel like it will be an ever-growing evolution.
Evolution of just evolving, and
yeah,
you know, this project you're gonna hear things 2 years from now that you'll be like, man, I do this different now. Or
that part, because I am an eclectic artist. I listen to jazz music. I love, like, Miles Davis is what I've been listening to for the past couple weeks. Grew up on reggae. My number 1B is Michael Jackson. I know all his songs. You know.
Did you see the Michael movie?
Absolutely.
What'd you think?
Amazing. 10 out of 10, dog.
I thought it was good.
It.
I thought them skipping out. I think they're doing a sequel, and I don't know like what that entails.
I don't know what to expect. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like going over his later life, because I know it's a lot of controversy, but also you know, that's what makes a good movie. That's what makes a good movie.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah,
we'll see. Alrighty. Next one is, did you ever feel pressured to fit into one specific lane creatively? Because you know, you have the Jamaican roots, you have the faith-based sound, you have the Midwest rap to you. Has there ever been a pressure from, you know, your peers or just from yourself, like, oh, I I gotta do this way.
Yeah. Once you step into the Christian rap world, Christian hip hop, or even in the Christian space, you are put in a box, my bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say certain things. You know what I mean? Or else, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a rap, bro. Mm-hmm. And so I, having the pleasure of being in the industry, seeing behind the curtain, like, I see, like, a lot of us, unfortunately, have to, I don't even know how to put it, bro, but, like, not convey our full selves because of the judgment that comes with Christianity. You're 1,000% right, bro. It comes with it. And so when I do a song with Snoop Dogg, I lost some shows, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, dog.
Snoop's, niche is a bit different than
Christian. He's for the devil. You know, you can't mix, oil and milk. And it's just like, yeah, but you don't know my heart. You don't know my calling. You know what I mean? So it's just like that has been the one and only biggest challenge of like being in this box of Christian artists, and the fans and supporters look at you and expect a certain way, bro. And it's just like, it's crazy because they expect you to be perfect when it's just like, it's clear and always preach that nobody's perfect. And we should, you know what I'm saying? We find ourselves in people's flaws, bro. And you can't even really do that in the Christian space. So that's been challenging. Even when I made my rounds in LA I sat down with BET, MTV, Complex, Revolt, and their number one question was always, how will your fans feel with you working with secular artists? Mm-hmm. But it's never on the other side when
a secular artist works with a Christian
bro,
artist.
They don't ever care. They just be like, oh, that's what's up. Shout out to God. I love God too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So that's the one and only challenge really for real, bro.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I feel like the next question is, what's something people misunderstand about Christian hip hop? I feel like you answered it, like that box the fans put you in. But if you want to continue.
No. One of the biggest misconceptions is that it's whack, bro. Mm-hmm. Or like not even knowing that it exists, because I didn't even know that it existed before I stepped into the hip hop church. I had no clue who Lecrae was. Do you know who Lecrae is?
I've heard his music. Yeah, I heard it. I mean, after the Kendrick shit, I feel like a lot of people tapped in.
That's right. That's right.
But I had heard some Christian artists. I know No Big Deal is like a popular Christian
bro.
Guy.
Bro. There's so many dope artists.
There is so many. Like it's a whole niche of music.
Yeah,
like, it's a whole subgenre,
bro. We selling out venues,
it's
dog.
Awesome.
It's crazy. So I think that would be a misconception, or people think like it's just not that good, or maybe they think it's like a knockoff from mainstream, when it's just like, no, there's some artists out here that's like hella original, that is better than your Rich the Kid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
There's another good one. Have you ever felt caught between mainstream culture and faith-based spaces?
Yes, dog, man, because I didn't grow up Christian.
Yeah.
So there's certain things about me that just doesn't fly. Mm-hmm. Like when George Floyd dying and, Trayvon Martin and all this stuff hit the fan with Black Lives Matter, dog. I mean, Christianity in America, bro, is white, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and so I took a picture and had a Black Lives Matters hat on, and there was comments of hate, bro. Like, you shouldn't be wearing that. You should support all sides. All lives matter. I'm a black man who has been pulled over and drug out of my car, bro. Literally, I have a story like that off of 36th Street exit, bro. You have your ID? No. They opened the door and grabbed me out, bro, and handcuffed me and throw me in the back of their whip and trashed my car, bro, for no reason. So yeah, my life matters, because he wouldn't have done that if I were white. That's the issue at hand. And so sorry for going on that spiel, but
I get it.
And so yeah, bro, like bro, the conservative Christians, they like that, didn't jive with it, you know what I'm saying? And so there was that. And then like when all the Trump things was happening, clear racism stuff was being said and done, it's just like one day I got heated and was like, man, America's tripping with the 3Ks. Mm-hmm. And then the team had to hit me like, hey, like, we should take that down. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good. Mm-hmm. And they're right. You know what I'm saying? One, because you can lose a lot of fans doing that, being a Christian artist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's just like, this is not part of the brand. Like, I shouldn't really be getting mixed up in that type of stuff anyway. Like, I'm not even into politics like that.
The moment you say, even if you're not one way or the other, and you're just trying to have like a moral perspective on something, it's construed as one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Which can be difficult.
Yeah, so that whole thing was a whole thing and is the biggest like, whoa, you know what I mean? And the judgment thing, bro. Like, how can people sit and preach out of the word? We should be salt to the world and light in the darkness. Jesus, you know, sat with the sinners, and Jesus was the example because he was with the people and showed them love and not judgment. And so here I go and I do a song with Snoop, and I didn't compromise, bro. Like, I'm there, you know, giving glory to God and making sure it's known, and expected the church to have my back. But yeah, bro, there was some stones thrown, and I'm like, I thought we were supposed to be light in the darkness. I thought I was supposed to be salt of the earth and go out and be an example to people who need Jesus.
And also, too, I feel like stuff like that, too, it shows people that are like just into the secular music, like, oh, this Stephen Malcolm guy really is really cool, and oh, he's a rapper, bro. And oh, what's that look like? And oh, they did some of your music, or they look at a Lecrae, or they look at Dylan.
That's like, the hope.
Yeah,
that's where my heart is when I do it.
And I want to say, you apologize for going on a spiel about Black Lives Matter. Those conversations are important.
Yeah,
especially from people who, you know, we look different. We have two completely separate upbringings and life stories. So those are important conversations to have.
Absolutely, bro.
Never apologize for that. Is just what I wanted to say.
True that.
What's been the hardest season of your career that fans probably never seen?
You bro, yeah, you asking some good questions, dog, man. You on, man. You on.
I told you I've been waiting for a while.
Man, you want my real answer, dog?
I do.
Oh, man. Here we go. So COVID happened. Mm. And, dog, I mean, I was and am a legit full-time artist, bro. And so I didn't have no side job, no nothing. But I quickly learned that the contract I signed sucked and I made no money off my music.
Yeah.
And so after COVID, I'm unemployed, bro. Mm-hmm. Wasn't making no money. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, bro, long spiel short, bro, had to downgrade. We was like renting this nice crib, bro. Had to downgrade to an apartment. And then ended up having to downgrade to a smaller apartment. And then having to downgrade and move in with a family member. All being married.
Yeah.
As a man. And then having to like literally like have my wife like throw me like loans, bro. Mm. Like, cause I'm still like having to move and do interviews. I remember, bro, having to go to a BMI, bro. A BMI award show in Atlanta. Mm. Brokey. Hey, wifey, can you throw me? It's crazy to think about now, like, she had my last name and I'm asking her to borrow money. But
yeah,
that's another story. But anyways, I'm like, yo, I need this, you know, cover me till I get paid, you know, next week. And I would have to like do features, bro. Luckily, I had, you know, a name and I can do features for like $1,000.
Yeah.
But I, bro, had to grind, bro. Living with a family member. With a family, bro, and it wasn't pleasant, dog. And I had to like
you have a pretty big family too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, at the time it was just me and my wife, and then she had got pregnant. Oh, so it was like, all right, stuff is getting real now.
Yeah.
And then we had him, and then, you know, was still going through the struggle when he was like 1-2 years old. Mm-hmm. And so what had happened was, man, I, you know, bro, I'm not the type to quit, bro. Like that, and that's the basketball player athlete in me is I don't quit, bro. Like once I'm on something, I'm on it. Let's stay consistent. Let's win. And so I sat with my boy Doc Watson. Shout out Doc Watson, man. I was like, bro, I need a good attorney to look over my contract to like really start making like this music thing make sense. Otherwise, I gotta get a job, bro. And if I get a job, my mindset was if I get a job, bro, I'm done with music, bro.
So you were talking about how if you had to get a job, you would quit music.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that was my mindset, dog. Like I'm all in, bro. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
That's probably contributes to my success.
Yeah.
But bro, and so I stuck to it, man, and did not, get a job. And if this is any, inspiration to the fellas, even the wife, bro, was like, yo, get a job. And, it's just like, dang, like, did she stop believing now too?
Yeah.
And, bro, I hired an attorney, my own attorney. Shout out to Odell in Chicago, Midwest boy.
Odell, your attorney.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you chewing. My bad.
Yes.
If you ever have a podcast and you want to get Steve Malcolm on your podcast, you entice him with some Haribo gummy bears. He's all in. He's all in.
I'm 4 bags in right now. But yeah, shout out to Odell. He is an attorney who I paid $10,000.
Wow.
Bro, get my contract right, please, sir. Mm-hmm. Like, do this back and forth. Put your magic on it. Pause. And he did his thing and came back, bro, after like, bro, I'm talking about like a year, bro, of negotiating, dog. And that's where like, yeah, I didn't really drop any music. Was, being able to do my family thing, which was cool. It was pivotal. But there was moments where I was like, F the label, bro, what's going on? This is offensive. I guess I'm about to go get a job, bro. Nah, man, finally.
Fans don't know that. They're just like, where's Steven?
Yeah, bro. Nobody knew any of this or ever heard any of this, bro. And so yeah, bro, I stuck to my guns, bro, and finally, yeah, the attorney and the label came back with a sweet deal, my brother.
Hey, good deal.
Yeah. So we living better than ever, man.
That's
now and things are great, man. So yeah, that was tough, bro. It was tough, but I say that to say, I felt like at the end of the day, I was the only one left believing in my dream. But sometimes that's all you need.
I like that answer. So what we're gonna go with, I have like, let's see, I have 11 questions left. I'm gonna try to like rapid fire them. Give me like a minute or so answer.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Alrighty. What keeps you creatively motivated in an era where artists have to constantly be making content?
Life. I'm in a blessed position where I could be outside and I can be like, yo, man, I need to be in Atlanta for this. I need to be in LA for this. And boom, I'm there. I can catch the inspiration, catch the culture of that city, and then hit the studio that night and let it all out. So life and experiences.
What separates artists who last from those who go viral for a moment?
Consistency and really having a love and feeling called to do it. I have a responsibility where I feel called to be the voice of people who don't have the courage or even can't have the courage or maybe not the skill set to be a voice for the fatherless and the lost. So, yeah.
How important has the Michigan community been throughout your journey?
Yeah, they've been dope. I've never experienced, when like rappers, when they come up, be like, Grand Rapids is trash. I want to move. I told y'all Grand Rapids is nothing but haters. Never, dog. I never had that. Even through like when I was saying like, I had second place because I'm the faith-based rapper. I still would ever be like, Ruga whack or, B Sykes whack, Chubbs whack, Ajax stack. No, like, they're dope. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I possess. And so, yeah, bro, I've always felt the love from Grand Rapids. It's just what I wish when my ascension happened that I made my community more a part of my ascension. I felt like my ascension was very just me and my homeboy Mark, and y'all got to see it.
Yeah.
Instead of experience it.
What do you, Sonny, I did a profile story on him, and he mentioned you directly as being one of the people who like really early on championed him. Yeah. What do you think of him? Like, I feel like he's doing some of that and bringing the community along on his everything.
Perfect example. And that's why, like, you'll always to this day see me champion him, pouring into him. Like, I hit him up and I was like, yo, bro, let's go sit down at Hancock, bro. Let me buy you lunch, bro, let me just give you game, because I see that you have what it takes to be tunnel vision and be like, this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna go. And so yeah, he's doing all the things right, and now he just has to just stay consistent. You ever heard of the Brady? No, let's just keep going. Sorry, rapid fire.
I have heard of the Brady Bunch. My mommy actually used to call me Brady when I was a kid.
Well, no, the Brady break. I'll say it quick. The Brady break.
Oh, the Brady break.
So Tom Brady is the GOAT of football, right?
Yeah.
He's the best quarterback of all time, right?
Yeah.
So he went 10 years without winning. 04 to 2014.
Yeah.
10 years, bro, with a drought, bro. But he's the greatest quarterback that ever lived. Yeah. So there could be a 10-year drought, but just stay consistent.
People don't remember the drought. They remember the 7 rings.
Exactly.
What's one song in your catalog you think deserved more attention?
That's a good one, my boy. Summertime featuring Snoop Dogg.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was a perfect little segue. Looking back now, is there a project that means more to you than fans may realize?
The Second City.
The Second City?
Yeah, because fans call that a classic album now. They're like, bro, Second City is a classic album. So, yeah.
Was there ever a record that you almost didn't release, and why?
Fuego.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was like my first big hit, dog. That's what took me to LA to the BETs and was played on BET, the video. But that one, when I first showed it to my A&R, he didn't like it. He's like, and I'm like, no, this goes. Yeah. And my A&R, the Spanish guitar that you hear on it, my A&R actually like hired a dude and was like, yo, I put this on it. And then the Spanish guitar made my A&R like it. And he was like, all right, it's dope now.
It's dope now.
Yeah.
Has your music ever been in a video game? I swear I've heard like one of your songs in a video game. Not yet.
No, not yet.
Like a Madden or something.
It would be dope. I feel like we were trying to get. Obviously, I made a song called "On Point," where I'm like pass on point like Brady. But that song made it on Monday Night Football.
Oh, maybe that's where I heard it. Maybe that's where I heard it.
You know when like they're going on the commercial break and it's like the slow mo and it's like pass on point like Brady.
Maybe that's where I heard it then, because I swear I heard your song and something football related, and I couldn't put my finger. That's probably what it was. Man. Yeah. Those little things sit in the back of your mind, and you're like, God, I've heard this somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Man. What's the most underrated part of your creative process? What's like the part that maybe nobody thinks is like an awesome thing that you get to do as part of your creative process?
Oh, man, that's such a good question. No comment.
All right. What collaboration pushed you to be more creative?
Say that question again.
What collaboration, like collaborating with another artist, has pushed you to be more creative? Pushed you to, new heights in your career, maybe, or just
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, because it taught me 3 things. It taught me when collaborating, it has to be personal, not transactional.
Yeah.
It taught me that I'm the man in my city. And now I really can't go anywhere without getting recognized, which is a blessing and a curse. And it taught me that great music makes moments like that.
There we go. What's one thing longtime fans would be surprised to learn about you?
I'm an introvert. Yeah.
Good to know. If someone has never heard your music before, what's one project they should start with first?
The Second City, baby.
There we go. There we go. Start with that.
Yeah.
Keep going. There we go. What legacy do you want people to think of when they hear the name Stephen Malcolm?
The legacy and the love and the beauty of the gospel of Jesus Christ, my bro.
Last one. What's next for you right now, and what genuinely excites you about this next chapter?
Bro, what I got to show you when these cameras go off, my boy.
Right. And I know you have an album coming.
Oh, sorry to you. Baby girl might be asleep, but
you're okay.
Yeah, bro.
Asleep. She just woke up.
I've been working on this album, bro, and it's amazing. It's so good, bro. And the only feature I'm missing at this point is Lecrae, and he only ain't doing it because I'm like playing on the other team, basically. You know what I mean, in this space. So I don't know, maybe I just need to hit him up. But yeah, I'm so excited, bro, for the next season, for what's to come, because like I told Sonny Ski, everything is about moments. It's about moments. And if you stay consistent, you'll have your moment. And then if you stay consistent again, you'll have another moment, and then another moment, and then you can go on a Brady break maybe for 10 years, then have another moment. So I'm excited for the next moment. It's about to remind people that I am GR.
There we go. Stephen Malcolm, thank you for coming on the show. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. My name is Stephen Malcolm. That is my rap name. That is what mama gave me. I'm the same man off stage as I am on stage, so it only made sense. You can find me. All you got to do is just Google Stephen Malcolm, or just get on your social media platform and type in Stephen Malcolm. And once you see the blue check, tap in.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into Rap Roots Media. This is, I don't even know what number episode this is. Stephen Malcolm, this is a huge episode.
We made it happen, my bro.
We did. I'm so happy that we made this happen.
Yes, sir. If
you are an artist who wants your own episode, please check out raprootsmedia.com/content packages to reserve your spot. That was in the ad break. You guys have already seen that. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Follow us on all the socials. Follow Stephen on all the socials. Check out his music. He's got an album on the way, so go check him out. Thanks for watching this episode. Bye, guys.